very much negligent. I say fraudulent? Yes, fraudulent, negligent, and unprofessional. Those are the 3 adjectives for this video for today. So starting off, I had my surgery, of course, with Dr. Chang. My surgery was March 10th, 2022. However, my original surgery date was March 11th, 2022, right? I booked my Stayrn. Let me give y'all, I booked my Stayrn in July and my surgery was not until March. I wanted to book everything well in advance so I didn't have to worry about that as far as my aftercare. So when I booked with them, of course, you have to fill out a form. You have to send them your ID. You have to fill out a form and tell them your surgery date, your emergency contact number, and any food allergies or anything that you have, right? So I filled that out and I put March 11th for my date because that was my original surgery date. Fast forward, and I also paid a deposit. So the deposit I paid was $300. What they advertise, this is why I call them fraudulent, and this is very much fraudulent. On the website, it advertised, and I also reached out, I will have proof. I reached out to their admin and said, hey, basically I was inquiring which one should I pick because I'm coming by myself, as well as on their website it says if you're coming by yourself you should book the 5-day deluxe package. Now the 5-day deluxe is like the souped up with everything that it comes with. She also changed what it came with, but in July it came with the BBL chair, it came with 5 days with nursing hours, it came with 4 post-op massages, a surgical garment, so your faja. It also came with a post-op IV drip and a shot that they called ASS shot that helped with the fat. So it came with all that, and it also came with light meal prep provided. It came with transportation to your post-op appointment and transportation from surgery to your Airbnb. So in my correspondence, I just wanted to make sure that I was booking the correct thing. I sent over to the admin, hey, I'm coming by myself because at the time I was, and should I book the 5-day deluxe? And she, of course, said basically, yes, that's the one for if you're coming by yourself. I recommend getting an Airbnb in these areas you will see in the email. So I ended up getting an Airbnb in the Wynwood area of Miami. Fast forward to February 14th. I will have the text messages on the screen. I got a call from my surgical facility saying that Dr. Chang had to move all of his dolls from March 11th to March 10th because of something. He's not going to be in office March 11th. So I said, okay, so they moved my surgery up 1 day ahead. Right when I got off the phone with them, I messaged Stayrn and I told them exactly what my surgery facility told me. And she told me that I would have to pay $175 change fee. Mind you, I told her this February. So I asked her, even if it wasn't in my control, it's not like I chose to change my surgery date. It was just moved up 1 day. She never responds. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. If that's their policy, I'm not about to fight. I'm not about to fight nobody over $175. Like, whatever. My balance was due from Stayrn. It was due 7 days prior to surgery, so that also moved my balance up being paid 1 day in advance. And she said I had to include the $175 fee with my balance, as you will see in the text messages. I did that. So I sent over everything. We're going to fast forward to me getting to Miami. Now that's the backstory. So I get to Miami March 8th. My mom decides to come with me. Thank God she did, because if I was by myself, I probably would be flying down to Miami to like fight this lady. Basically, y'all, I haven't been this mad at a company since Kendra's Hair Boutique. Like, if you know, you know. If you've been subscribed to my channel for that long, like, this how mad I was. I am now. So I get to Miami March 8th. My pre-op is a day before surgery. So my pre-op is March 9th because, like I said, surgery was March 10th. Get to my pre-op day. Get to pre-op. I'm doing everything pre-op. I give them the information that the admin sent to me and told them to give me like whoever was picking me up. She told me to say that this lady was picking me up, and she also gave me her number to give to the surgery facility. So I did exactly what I was supposed to do. Now fast forward, you all, I do not get any type of message or response from them. Mind you, this is the day of pre-op. So my surgery is the next day. My surgery is the next day. I haven't heard from them. So I'm like waiting. I'm like, okay, well, let me wait like towards May, because my pre-op was 7 a.m. in the morning. I have not heard from them, and surgery is the next day. So they call you later on that day to give you your surgery time. So the surgery facility called me at 3 p.m. to give me my surgery time for March 10th, saying that my surgery was at 8 a.m. So because I haven't heard from Stayrn, I was like, okay, well, I haven't even got my surgery time, so I guess it's fine. But once 3 p.m. hit and I got my surgery time, I'm like, yo, I have not heard from them. I'm telling my mom. My mom's like, what? This is not right. I messaged them. I did not hear from them. I messaged them Wednesday, March 9th at 11:04 p.m. Hi, I have not, this will be up on the screen. Hi, I have not received my itinerary. Is there an update to ease my mind? Because I haven't heard from y'all. It's 11 p.m. now. And I gave them, the surgery facility, their information to pick me up. So I'm having anxiety because I'm thinking like, yo, someone might not pick me up. Like, I'm already very shaken up before surgery. I might not have somebody to take care of me. Like, what am I gonna do? It's spring break, the rental cars, as y'all can imagine, like, I could not go to sleep that night. So then she goes, hi, Imani, yes, let me send them to you. Nurse Aaliyah is also aware of your schedule for tomorrow. I said, thank you so much. I don't get a response back. I don't get a response back. This is at 11:27 p.m. I said, thank you so much. So then I'm like, wait, she did give me Nurse Aaliyah's number because she told me to give them that to the facility because she was supposed to pick me up, right? So I text Nurse Aaliyah because I'm like, I have not heard from these people. So I apologize for texting her late because I'm like, you know, I just have not heard from y'all. She goes, good evening, dear. We have you on the schedule for Friday. You changed your surgery date. So I'm like, yes, I did. And I paid the surgery date changed fee. I notified Hannah of the changed surgery date on February 14th. She goes, okay, great. Thank you. We'll be making itinerary shortly. I said, okay, I got scared for a second. I can send over the screenshot if you would like a confirmation. Because y'all know one thing about me, I'm going to have a paper trail. That's why everything throughout this whole entire story, y'all will have every single documentation. So, so then I don't get a response from this lady. So then I said, I know it's late and I'm so sorry to bother you. I have not received the itinerary. Is there an update to ease my mind? Hannah called and she said that she spoke with you, but I haven't heard back from any of you. From nobody, y'all. My surgery is tomorrow. I don't even know if Hose is gonna pick me up. I don't even know if the girl's gonna pick me up, child. So the day of surgery, please remember these timestamps and everything, these screenshots. The day of surgery, Thursday, March 10th at 6:03 a.m. My surgery was at 8 a.m. So I went to bed not knowing if Stayrn was actually gonna come through with what they said they were gonna come through and do. In the morning time, she goes, good morning, dear. Here's your nursing care. So she gives me a screenshot of the nursing care, which will be up above. And then she also sent me this prayer. That was a very nice prayer, and it kind of eased my mind. It helped me a bit. You know, I give my flowers where flowers is due. Then I said, amen. Thank you so much for these prayers. Thank you so much for the prayer. So that was the first, y'all already dropped the ball then. No customer should ever have to feel that way. That's what happened. I go through surgery, I get picked up, they picked me up, they take me to my Airbnb, and y'all see that from my surgery vlog. Please watch my surgery vlog if you would like to. Watch my surgery vlog and you will see in real time what the mess that Stayrn was doing, but this is an extension because I'm putting together everything that they did to me. So, surgery day, fine, right? My nurse was already there. She was waiting on me, and that was one of the nurses that I left in this Google review that you will see posted right here. Two of the nurses, it was two nurses that were just amazing. They made my stay amazing. Like, if it wasn't for those two nurses, I would not know what to do, and I don't even know if I would be here, if I'm gonna be completely honest, yeah. But the nurses aren't even like connected really to the business. It's like the business model is very weird, very much like independent contractors, like that. First day of surgery, my nurse is there and everything, that's fine. So I'm going off the itinerary as I tell the story because I want to make sure that I'm not missing. So for my first day, 3:10, I have Nurse Giselle from 2 to 7 p.m. and then I have Nurse Debbie from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. They were immaculate. Those are the two ladies I said that saved my life. The next day, 3:11, I have Nurse Giselle, and then I have another nurse come in. Nurse Debbie told me the first day that she was not going to be working tomorrow. She was off, and she usually works nights. So, you know, Nurse Debbie, she's literally like, she knows all the tips and tricks with surgery. She's been nursing for a very long time. She treats you like such a mother. This lady was like, she had the softest care. She was so sweet. We were up late talking. Like, this lady was the nicest, like, heaven sent. God really sent both of her and Giselle, like, because I was so happy. But she ended up telling me, hey girl, basically, I'm not working tomorrow. You might have somebody else tomorrow. So I look, mind you, because at the itinerary, I just glanced at it because I got it the day of surgery. So I didn't get a chance to really digest the itinerary because I did not receive it when I was supposed to receive it. So I look and I'm like, okay, well, who am I supposed to have? So I see another lady I have. This is 3/11, right? The next day, day after surgery. So this is where the events start to really turn. We get this nurse, and I kid y'all not, this is what happens. Nurse Giselle she was ending her shift, and she waited for the night nurse to come. Nurse Giselle updates the night nurse in front of me, kind of like Grey's Anatomy, updates her in front of me like, yeah, she should be due for her antibiotics in a bit. She's this, she's that, she's been dizzy, so make sure that you're helping her. She ate this. She's really just updating her. Nurse Giselle takes my vitals every hour, and then she said the day after that, they'll take them every 2 hours. This night nurse, y'all, this night nurse was sleeping on the job. Snoring actually. So the night nurse comes in and we're all talking about BBLs in Miami and everything. As soon as Giselle's like, okay girl, I'll see you tomorrow, right? She leaves and the night nurse gets a call, literally, because my mom's like, oh, you can sit on the bed, it's fine. So we're talking, and then she gets a call on her cell phone. She's like, hold on girl, my boyfriend calling me. And me and my mom look at each other like, what? Girl, what? So she goes to the living room. Her boyfriend calls. So she's talking on the phone with her boyfriend. Then she calls her mom. Then she calls her sister. Then she calls her best friend. Her boyfriend called again. Then she talking to her sister again. Now this is like hours in the making. Like this girl is like, hey girl, talking on the phone. Mind you, I'm in pain. It's the second day after surgery. I'm in pain, and I'm like kind of in it, like in but out of it, of course, because I just had surgery. So I'm like waking up in the middle of the night. I need help. She's not helping like move the pills like any other nurses, Nurse Giselle, Nurse Debbie. She's not helping, and like I'm like moaning in pain, and she was like, oh, you didn't even moan, cute girl. Like she's literally watching me struggle, and I just hung my head down and was just like, Lord Jesus, like I am waking up maybe like every hour or two because I have to use the bathroom. As I'm getting to the bathroom and I'm struggling and like I'm crying out in pain, she's standing there at the edge of the bed like, that ass fat though, girl. Like that ass is fat. Like not helping at all. Like y'all, I was like, I thought it was a joke. Like I thought it was on Punk'd. Get to the bathroom. So she's holding my urinal because I have the urinal that you measure the pee with. And she gets a call. Literally, she gets a call because her phone is in her scrubs. She gets a call and she's like, hello, as I'm peeing. So she's like down by my crotch holding the urinal. And she's like, yeah, it's her boyfriend again. So she's like talking on the phone. She's like, yeah, and everything. And she dumps a bag. She just like, you know, hands me to wipe myself. And I'm like trying to, because at that point, I just got from surgery. So I'm trying to like wipe myself. But I really could, like the other nurses, Giselle and Debbie, they would like wipe me. And so like I'm in pain trying to like wipe myself. And she's like, yeah, and da 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 da. And I don't even know if she looked at the pee. I can't remember. She just dumps the pee. And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to call you back in a sec. So she puts her phone up, and then she's like, she starts zipping me up, and she almost zips my lips. She almost zips my lips, and I'm like trying to move. It was just a child, it was just a mess. Get back to my bed. Then I wake up again because I need to, I wake up in pain. I need some pain medicine. So I'm trying to call her name. I'm like, nurse. Like I couldn't even yell. I couldn't really, as you see in my BBO vlog, I could not talk loud. Right after surgery, I could not talk loud. I was talking like, nurse, because it was hurting to talk so bad. And I managed to wake up my mom. And I'm like, I need pain medicine. Like, I'm in pain. And my mom's like, where the hell is the nurse at? Girl, the nurse is on the couch with the blanket and pillow. That sis is not. She's snoring. Like, she's snoring like my granddad. Like, she's like, and my mom is like banging on the wall, like, to get her up. And she wakes up. And I was like, you know, my mom was like, she needs her pain medicine. She needs help using the bathroom. So she gives me pain medicine. Then I was like, I need to sit up for a bit because my stomach was hurting too bad. I sit in the BBL chair, y'all. She does not give me no water. She goes to sleep and I'm like trying to get her up. I'm so thirsty. I need help. Like, I can't get out the BBL chair by myself. Like, it just, the whole night was just so bad. Can't even get out the BBL chair by myself. She sleeps. Sis is knocked out. I'm trying to get her up. She finally gets up and I'm just like, at this point I'm pissed and I'm just like, can you just help me get to the bed? Like, just help me get to the bed. I even asked her about my antibiotics, but again, I'm in and out of, didn't receive my antibiotics. I had to take my antibiotics every 8 hours. Her whole shift, I did not get antibiotics. Her whole shift, she only checked my vitals twice, y'all. She checked my vitals twice in front of the morning nurse, Nurse Giselle, I guess to show that she was doing her job. And then she checked it on her way out. She only checked my vitals twice. She's supposed to check my vitals every 2 hours for a 12-hour shift. She checked my vitals. So here comes the morning time. And she cooks breakfast. She eats first. Then she cooks my breakfast and my mom breakfast. And then Nurse Debbie walks in at 7 a.m. and I just fall to, like, I'm just like, thank God. Like, the first thing I said, you might see it in the vlog, I said, Nurse Debbie, I missed you. I missed you. My mom was like, we missed you. Like, we literally just had the nurse from hell. And come to find out, so she leaves, the girl leaves. She breaks one of the Airbnb dishes, does not say anything. She does not prep anything for Nurse Debbie. Nurse Debbie's like, wait, I don't have any reports or anything, because the nurses are supposed to send each other reports. She's supposed to give a report. She's like, I don't even know your vitals. And Nurse Debbie's like asking me like, do you have any idea when's the last time you took your antibiotic? And I'm like out of it, like, no. Your antibiotic, she didn't give you antibiotics. I don't know when's the last time I took a pain medicine, but I'm always in pain, so it's like I can't help her. And then she's like, okay, but where's the write-up? So she's like, the girl didn't give me a write-up, nothing. So that's what happened with that nurse. Nurse Debbie comes in 3:12 from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. 3:12, we don't have a night nurse, we just have Nurse Debbie, and she gets off at 7. So Nurse Debbie's like uncovering all this stuff that the night nurse did not do before, and she's just trying to make sense of it, like, what the heck is going on? I get a text message because the next day, Nurse Debbie from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Now, this is what goes down Saturday. You will also see this in the vlog. Backtrack. So the day after surgery is when I'm supposed to get my post-IV drip that came with the package. That's when I'm supposed to get it. I ended up not getting it that day. Giselle had to actually text the owner to ask the owner, hey, by the way, are you coming to give Imani's drip? And the owner tells her, Nurse Aaliyah, she goes, no, I'm not. I'll be there on Saturday. So my thing is, drop the ball number 3, 4, 5, 6. You couldn't even tell me that you weren't even going to be here. Why does another nurse have to ask you, the owner, and then you say, oh, I'm not gonna be here till Saturday? Like, why am I just now? If Giselle didn't ask, if Giselle wasn't proactive to ask the owner why is she not here and if she's gonna come, and if not, when, then I would have never known when the girl was gonna show up. So boom, Saturday happens. Nurse Debbie, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I have photos. I will have a photo that I interject just for the validity of my statements. She comes in, Nurse Aaliyah, the owner. She comes in, y'all, and she comes in, she moseys right in our Airbnb, and I'm face down because I'm getting my massage. 7 a.m. is when I got my massage. So I'm getting my massage, and like through the peephole, all I see is sneakers, and I see white scrubs. Like, I don't know who's in at first because I can't see, right? Y'all, so this lady walks in, does not say good morning. Like, she does not say anything. She walks in and she goes, oh my gosh, Nurse Debbie, I haven't seen you in so long. Oh my gosh, I went to church. You'll hear it in the vlog. You hear it in the vlog. She talking about how she went to church and everything. I don't know if I might have cut that part out. So my mom asked for her. So my mom's filming because she's filming my whole entire experience in the vlog. You all will see this. My mom asked for her consent to be filmed. And you hear the audio on the film. I blurred her out, but you hear the audio on the film. Yeah, I don't mind. Thanks for asking, though. I'm on everybody's YouTube. That's so nice for asking. You know, I don't mind at all. It's no problem. You can film me. So she's like, okay, babe. You hear all of this on the vlog. Stick out your hand for me. So I'm still on the massage table, head in the massage table. I stick out my hand for her. Does not say her name. She does not acknowledge my mom. First thing she does when she comes in is acknowledge Nurse Debbie. Then she just starts speaking. She does my IV. She continues to talk about to Nurse Debbie about how she bought iPads for the less fortunate. You will hear this in my vlog, child. And during my massage, I'm getting dizzy. I'm having to take breaks during my massage. And towards the end of the massage, her and Nurse Debbie have to help me in the BBL chair because I have to take a break because I am on the verge of fainting. So Nurse Debbie is telling her, yes, I've been very dizzy and everything. When they checked my hemo, Giselle checked my hemo was at a 10 something, and this was, you know, on 310 and 311. I got my hemo checked and it was at a 10 something. I was just told to drink beet juice because it was not that low, right? Because I think a regular hemo is 11 something, 11, 10 or 11. So she's like, okay, I will insert a picture proving Nurse Aaliyah and Debbie helping me in the BBL chair. So I get in the BBL chair, Nurse Aaliyah, the owner, she leaves. Let me even say before she leaves, I'm getting the IV and I ask her about the shots that was included in the package. I will put a receipt up here. When I booked in July, it was included. Now on the website, if you go, it's not included, and I also will put that. So I asked her about the shot and she tells me how it's not included. Unprofessionalism number 5, 6, 7, or 8. I don't even know what number I'm on because she walked in the house and didn't even acknowledge her existence or introduce herself. Only reason why I knew who she was because I recognized her from Instagram and other YouTube videos, in which she was right. She is filmed on other YouTube videos. From there, she goes, the shot is not included in the package. Did you add it? I was like, no, because I didn't have my phone or anything. I'm like, no, it was included when I booked, right? It was included when I booked. And she was like, well, I got it with me. I'll just give it to you. She gives me the shot. Then come to find out later on, I looked through my Gmail from July and I'm like, yes, it is included. First I look at the website and I'm like, wait, that's weird. It's not included. But I could have sworn it was included. So then I looked at my receipt from July and it was included. So my thing is, as a business owner, I understand that packages change. But if you have somebody who has booked something when it was included, that means by God, it needs to be ready and there for them when they are to get it. Not play with me and act as if you did not know it used to be included in your package, but you somehow got it with you. Okay, very much. She leaves, and right when she leaves, my mom goes, so who's that? That's when Nurse Debbie realizes, oh snap, the girl, she didn't introduce herself. Well, that's the owner. She's like, that's the owner. That's the owner. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's the owner. And I'm like, yeah, that was the owner. I recognize her from Instagram. And my mom was like, that's rude as hell. And I'm like, yeah, that is rude as hell. So me and my mom was stuck on that because one thing y'all know about me, I'm from the South. And I don't know where y'all from. Miami might not be considered South, like the South South. It's in the South, but it ain't the South South. Where I'm from, we don't do stuff like that. Where I'm from, you get beat up for going into people's places and not announcing yourself and addressing yourself in front of elderly and people's moms. Like, that's a no-no where I'm from. So for her to do that, me and my mom was really stuck on that. I get a message, and it's from Nurse Kiana on the itinerary. 3-4, you see I have Nurse Kiana from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. I get a message saying, hey, you're going to get Nurse Giselle instead of me. And I'm like, okay, great. I was happy because I was like, I'm going to get Nurse Giselle. Mind you, it says 3/14. That's Monday. So me and my mom, you see in the vlog, we wake up from Saturday. So we're waking up Sunday morning and we're like looking like, it's 7 a.m. Like, where's our nurse at? Like, we're used to having a nurse at 7 a.m. come in. So I'm like, what in the world? So I pull up the itinerary and I look and I'm like, Mama, it say 3/14. It don't say 3/13. It says 3/14. I show my mom and she's like, is that a typo? I'm like, maybe it is, but I'm like, nobody's here. We're confused. So I text Nurse Aaliyah and I'm just kind of like confused. I said, hi, this is Imani from earlier. You know, basically like, what's going on? Then she doesn't answer. My mom texts her and she answers my mom. Then she calls me. So she then calls me on this rant about how I've gotten more than enough nursing hours and that they are closed on Sundays. Mind you, I'm feeling worse and worse and worse at this point. I'm getting more and more dizzy. I'm not able to stand. And so me and my mom are just very confused. I'm like, okay, well, the nursing hours add up because she says on the website, it says like day 1, you get 18 hours. I'll have it right here. Day 1, you get 18 hours. Day 2, you get 18 hours. And the hours get lesser and lesser from then. But she's like, you've had like around the clock nurse care to make up for the fact that we're closed on Sundays. And I'm just like, okay, like, I don't give a damn about none of that. And that's not my issue. That makes sense. I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And that's why you hear me saying that in the vlog. Like, okay, that makes sense. You gave me 24 hours because I was supposed to just get 18 hours. But because you're closed on Sundays, you're making up for the hours. So she's like coming in hot on the phone explaining to me that. And I'm like, okay, but that's not the issue. The issue is you advertise 5-day deluxe on the website for girls who are coming alone. I was coming alone. You did not advertise that you were closed on Sunday. That would be helpful information to know. So now me and my mom are pissed because we're just like, I was so scared. I was like, Mommy, what if you were not here? I was not feeling good. I was dizzy. Every nurse knew I was dizzy. They're supposed to have reports, so I would imagine it would be in the report. I didn't get the reports. We're gonna get to that and how she violated HIPAA. So I'm just like taken aback because I'm like, that would have been helpful information to know. Then she was like, well, did you not read your itinerary? The itinerary you sent me the day of surgery, I glanced at it. I'm thinking it's a typo because there's no way in your right mind that you would just be closed on Sundays and not tell anybody that. I wouldn't think so. But, you know, people don't be in their right mind. So that happens. I get off the phone with her and I'm just like, all right. At this point, like, I don't have the mental capacity to even deal with everything. I was already dealing with enough. To already recover from surgery was one thing, and as you would see in my vlog, like, mentally this company like was really breaking me down. This lady was really breaking me down. I just couldn't. That happens. And then after that, I was supposed to Giselle came, just like Kiana said. So Giselle came on Monday at 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and everything was great with her. So then it says 3:15 on the nurse itinerary. It says wellness check to be determined. So I get a text message from Nurse Kiana. That nursing day, the last nursing day I had with Giselle, she was going to check my hemo again, but she opened up her thing and she realized that she didn't have any more Lancets. So she goes, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to call Nurse Kiana and tell her she needs to check your hemo when she does your wellness check. She also needs to bring you another faja because I was going to purchase an additional faja with them. So I said, okay, great. She goes, she'll be here this evening. That was on Monday. Do y'all know Nurse Kiana did not come until Wednesday? Nurse Kiana, I will have the things up above. She literally sent screenshot after screenshot after screenshot after screenshot saying message after message that she was not able to come. She kept rescheduling and she rescheduled all the way to Wednesday. So I was sitting in a dirty faja, feeling worse, don't know what my hemo is. Wednesday, it drops to an 8. 6 is blood transfusion level. So it makes sense as to why I'm feeling this bad. So all of this, and I'm now pissed. And I just see this is the last straw. I go on Instagram and I see this owner, I see this girl posing in Beverly Hills talking about, I got clients flying me out and ish. Okay, so I sent her out of the kindness of my heart because I know that people like to play and be like, oh, you just gonna bash my business. I sent her out of the kindness of my heart. I will send the show you the screenshot just like I did in my vlog. Good evening. Now that I finally received my wellness check, I do not want to make this long, but as a customer, I am not happy with the treatment I got with booking with Stayrn. If it was not for Giselle and Debbie's care, I would be totally dissatisfied. The communication on you all's end was below satisfactory. I wanted so bad to document my experience and to shout out your business out to my followers and friends. I will now be sharing all of the mishaps. Wrong surgery date, comma, no communication of knowing on Sunday, rescheduling 4 times my wellness check, one of the nurses being extremely unprofessional, etc. Since this is a part of my journey. I do my best to always support and shout out Black businesses on all my socials through word of mouth, but there were too many things going wrong. I try not to even pull the influencer card because I know I will receive the care that everyone else gets. I feel like if I was more well known, I might have received better care from you all, which is heartbreaking. As the business expands, I do hope you are able to have better help so that everything can run smoothly. Again, I hate to text you this, but I just wanted to give you a heads up so you will not feel like I'm bashing your business. Safe travels, Imani. Y'all, this lady, I kid you not, messages me this. You can pause it to read all of it. She has no type of punctuation in it, so it's gonna make my head hurt. I'm gonna read the first sentence though. Good morning. She meant to type Imani, but she typed I'm. As far as your scheduling goes, your Sunday schedule was already made and it was already on your itinerary, so sorry if you didn't read your itinerary. You had more than enough hours. The reason why your wellness check was to be determined is because honestly, you were finished with your hours for the total deluxe come across 42. So then again, you see in the message, the girl is still talking about these damn hours. Like, baby, that's not the point. Like, it's going way over your head. You're really not trying to address the other thing. So then she goes, I'm sorry to hear you received unprofessional nurse. Please let me know who that was because you never told me that when I was there to get your IV and your injection. First of all, you never told me you was closed on Sunday when you came up in my house, my Airbnb. Did not say nothing to my mom. Did not say nothing to me but stick out your arm. How you gonna sit up here and say, how come I didn't tell you about the nursing care on Saturday when I was in your face? Baby, how come you didn't tell me it was closed? I wish these concerns were addressed while I was in your face. Yes, one more thing. I forgot to add, when we do wellness checks, they are to be returned, but you receive more than enough hours. Your package with your wellness check you got by nurse Kiana, she even spelled her own nurse name wrong, was complimentary. Oh, I get this ghetto message that y'all gotta pause and read because I just can't do it. I don't respond because if I responded, I was gonna curse this girl out, and I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that. So I didn't respond. I let my mom read it. Next thing you know, I get a call from her admin that's not even in country, and she's asking me what happened. Now the admin is being very professional. She's apologizing. She's taking, you know, ownership of what she did wrong. She also tells me that she will be refunding me the 12 hours that night nurse was working, and I didn't ask for that, so I was like, okay. I didn't go into this wanting a refund. I was just giving her a heads up. Baby, I'm gonna tell everybody to the end of the earth not to book Stayrn. Period. Every year if I got to. Every day. I will. I'm on the phone with Hannah, her admin, and she offers the refund for the 12 nursing hours. She takes accountability. She is very much professional, and I kind of appreciated that. She also told me that she will be writing an incident report on it sounded like she was typing and taking notes as I was telling her everything that I told you all. So she said she would be doing an incident report as well, and the nurses do reports, which I did know that because the nurse told me, you know, like, we're supposed to do reports and we're supposed to send them in. So after I got off the phone with her, she was like, yeah, we'll be discussing with Nurse Aaliyah. She also asked for my Zelle information because my refund will be processed via Zelle. I give her my Zelle information. Then I get a call from Aaliyah, and y'all see a glimpse of this in the vlog, but like I said, I could not record conversations. It was the most unprofessional call that I've ever received in my life. It got to the point where I was like crying. She couldn't tell I was crying, but I was crying out of mere frustration and just anger, and the fact that I could not heal without dealing with some BS every day. I tried to tell her everything that happened, just like with her admin Hannah, and instead of any type of accountability, she did not apologize. She did not take accountability. She apologized that I did not read my itinerary that she gave to me the day of surgery. She did not take accountability getting the wrong surgery date. She did not take accountability of sending the nurse from hell over. When I explained to her what happened with the nurse from hell, the first thing out of the girl's mouth was, well, how come you didn't tell me that when I was in your face on Saturday? Then I brought up the fact that she did not even, me and my mom, because I put her on speakerphone, because I wanted my mom to hear this foolishness. I brought up the fact that she walked into the Airbnb and did not even announce herself and address herself. And forget being a business owner, just being a person, you have no manners. You have no manners. And then to like put in the fact that you're a nurse. As a nurse, when you walk in, you're supposed to say, every nurse that walked in except for her introduced themselves and asked how I was feeling. She didn't do any one of those. She didn't ask how I was feeling when she walked in. She didn't even introduce herself. She just started talking to Nurse Debbie about this house, about these iPads, about her going to church, child. She did that, and then she apologizes, and she goes, well, I'm sorry that, because my mom was like, Aaliyah, like, you're lying, like, stop. So I wrapped BS up in like for her and just presented it to her, gave her an easy out, and said, you know what, Aaliyah, maybe you did not realize that was what you did because you were excited to see Nurse Debbie, but you immediately started talking to Nurse Debbie, and maybe you didn't realize that. All she had to say was, you know what, I apologize. I probably didn't realize. I was so excited to see Nurse Debbie. Child, you know what this lady said to me? She goes, I'm sorry that you didn't hear me. So I'm a liar, and my mama a liar, and Nurse Debbie a liar, because we all didn't hear you. What you said in your head. So it went from I'm sorry you didn't hear me to I'm old school, I would never do that, to, well, I got a name tag on. First of all, we didn't let me not cry. First of all, we didn't ask about your name tag. Like, why are you even bringing up a name tag if you said it? Because you didn't say it, but she just did not want to admit she was wrong. So then it got to the point where she was like, you know what? She starts getting short with me. I brought up the fact that Nurse Debbie even realized she didn't speak to us. She proceeded to call Nurse Debbie old and try to insinuate because she was older that she has no memory, or her saying that wasn't valid. And Nurse Debbie and my mom are the same age. They're like 1 year apart. But anyway, just highly disrespectful. Then she's like, you know what? The customer's always right. The customer's always right. Like, what do you want me to do at this point? And I'm like, well, I spoke to your administrator. She told me that you would be refunding me 12 nursing hours. Okay, well, she'll handle that. So she's trying to rush me off the phone at this point. And then she goes, well, how come you didn't tell me that you were dizzy on Sunday? Well, if you're receiving reports like you claimed you received reports, you would have saw that I was dizzy on Thursday, on Friday. You saw that I was dizzy on Saturday. You were here. You had to help me down. So you saw I was dizzy on Saturday. So I would think as a nurse and as a business, you would say, okay, my patient has been dizzy these days. Maybe I should check up on her on Sunday. Then my hemo dropped. So my thing is, if they would have kept prolonging my wellness check, and she kept saying, well, the wellness check was to be determined anyway. Yeah, you determined a time and told me, and then you determined to text me every single second and reschedule the time every day. That's not what to be determined means. But in her mind, that's what to be determined means. Clearly, we were wrong. I'm like, the fact that my hemo dropped to an 8, like, what if my hemo would have dropped and I needed the blood transfusion? And you not even on your P's and Q's to what you're supposed to do. I get off of this ghetto conversation with her and get no apology. It was just a whole mess. And then all of a sudden I received this email. I will tell you how she violated HIPAA. I received this email from her and it says, hi Imani, good afternoon. I hope you are doing well. It was a pleasure assisting you during your surgery journey and we thank you for your feedback you have shared with us. We are committed to providing high quality nursing care, customer service to our clients. Aaliyah, our head nurse, spoke to you and clarified your situation during your nursing time. And Hannah, our office manager, also reached out to you with a refund that will be giving 12 hours nighttime nurse care, which is $250. The situation you had back then had already been cleared when you had a phone conversation with our head nurse. Especially at the time, neither Aaliyah nor Hannah nor your nurses were advised that you were dizzy and or experiencing discomfort. The night nurse situation has also been addressed, hence why we are giving you a refund for that. Be informed that Stayrn Recovery Nurse Management wouldn't want any of the nurses, therapists, and in any films, videos, or related media. The management does not give any consent for pictures and videos showing our nurses. So that's why I had to blur out the nurses and cut a lot of my things. And she goes, please send us your Zelle information so that we can process the refund immediately. I send back within a timely manner. But it was funny because she gave her consent on camera. I made sure to leave the audio because I wanted y'all to hear she gave her consent. I wanted y'all to hear. And then all of a sudden, because you knew you were wrong, you knew you were negligent, you knew you were fraudulent, you wanted to renege back on your word because you didn't want me to show you. I don't have to show you. I'll show my Google review and I'll talk about everything. So I said, good afternoon. I will insert. As I advised Nurse Aaliyah, there is a correction. I told daily multiple nurses I was dizzy prior, and also Nurse Aaliyah on Saturday that I was dizzy when she was doing my IV. She was here to witness, all while consenting on camera that she is okay to be filmed. Also consented over the phone the second time today because she said, yeah, remember we had a conversation, and I was like, I'm okay with being filmed for YouTube. I get filmed for YouTube all the time. She said that on the phone conversation too. In addition, during my wellness check, I told Nurse Kiana I was dizzy. I told them every day about the dizziness leading up to Sunday and after. The only thing I did not do was call on Sunday, you all's off day, to notify you. I told you all Friday, Saturday, Monday, and Wednesday. Nurse Aaliyah mentioned she could send me the report with my vitals and symptoms because she mentioned that I could send you the report. She did your vitals. Girl, she did my vitals twice. She's supposed to do my vitals every 2 hours, that night nurse. I know she did my vitals twice. And she was like, well, I could send you the report. Okay, baby. Send it. So I kindly ask that you send every report / write-up from my 5-day deluxe booked. So I need all my vitals and I need all my reports. This is where you're violating HIPAA. This is where she violated HIPAA because when a customer asks for their medical information, you have to provide it. I gave them my Zelle information. I don't get a response. Also, P.S. Also, please send a copy of the incident report of the nurse care we spoke about earlier. Thank you in advance. What type of incident report have y'all received and never gotten a copy of? Let me know, because even when the cops write you a ticket, you get a copy. I've always gotten a copy of an incident report. So if you claim he's writing an incident report, so y'all, I don't get any response. Meanwhile, this girl is gallivanting on social media. I don't get a response, y'all. I email again. I will insert March 18th. Good evening. I don't get a response and I don't get my refund. So now you playing me for a fool. You said my refund was Zelle. Zelle is from bank to bank. Zelle does not have to process Zelle does not take days to process. It's from bank to bank. So now you're trying to call me an idiot. So I say, good evening. The last email communication on my request for all write-ups in my vitals and symptoms for every day. In addition, I would like the credentials of the nurses who took care of me. Because the night nurse mentioned to my mom that she was a correctional officer. I have not received an update nor a refund that was, I put in quotes, processed immediately via Zelle. Is there a confirmation number you can provide? Question mark. Thank you. Y'all, I kid y'all not. I sent this email March 18th at 8:37 p.m. I get a Zelle, because you know, like right when you send the Zelle, you get a confirmation. So that's why I asked for the confirmation, because let me stop calling her. I'm getting mad. I'm getting frustrated. She didn't send the Zelle. So at 8:37 p.m. I sent that email. Y'all, at 2 a.m. I get a Zelle of $250. I get no response. No response. No medical documents I requested, no credentials, no incident report, none of it. All right. She also mentioned the phone because when I told her I was going to come by myself, and like, what if I were to come by myself? Like, I need to, you know, dolls need to know that you're closed on Sundays. I feel like that is misleading information, and it's false advertisement to say that this is for girls to be by themselves if you're closed on Sundays. She goes, we have a different package for girls by themselves. No, you don't. On the website, it says the 5-day deluxe is for girls by themselves. And when I reached out to you, you told me the 5-day deluxe was for girls by themselves. So you're lying. Don't book Stayrn. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. Yes, I will literally put in every surgery group chat, every surgery message to not book Stayrn. Before my Google review was positive, I left it before everything hit the fan because one of the nurses asked for me to, and I was like, yeah, I really loved her, so I wanted to. My Google review was primarily for the 2 nurses that took care of me. But then when the owner started doing all of these shady business practices and being very unprofessional, I was like, wait a second now. Yeah, so y'all can read my Google review. And don't book Stayrn. Don't book them at all. Because let me tell you something. That girl, Nurse Aaliyah, that owner, that girl is a fraud. She's unprofessional. I don't know. Well, first of all, and then when you want to know something even more funny, I don't know what happened to her business partner, the one that was on Jocelyn's cabaret. I guess they met each other at the strip club. I'm not sure. But the girl that was on Jocelyn's cabaret, Chastity, she was supposed to be she was her business partner at one point. I'm not sure what happened to her. And I'm also not sure what happened to the guy that's on the website. I will put a screenshot. The guy that's on the website, I never heard from him, never saw him. I don't see him on the social media anymore, so I'm not sure as to what's going on with him. But he's a doctor of registered nurse. He has a PhD in RN. Look, I don't know. Haven't seen the man. Not sure what type of other shady business practices are going on with that company. But just know that they didn't even treat one of the nurses that I was working with right either. So trying to support Black businesses, but this is what happened. Like, I hate to see it. It was just a disaster, y'all. So I do thank God for my mom. I thank God that she was there for me, and I really thank God for Nurse Debbie and Nurse Giselle. So don't book Stayrn. It was a long story time, but thanks for staying through it because I had to tell y'all because it was just too much. But like and follow, and I'll be doing more BBL updated videos, and I'll see y'all in the next video.